Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? He said, Gene, we gotta pray. We gotta pray. And I pushed the hands off me and I said, pray for what? That nigga dead.
The second time in 6 months, a star in the often brutal world of gangster rap has been gunned down. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast?
Great.
Great.
Oprah.
Oprah.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Look at this pretty hit. Black King God, dude. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Snoop.
Snoop.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Swiss Beats.
Speed.
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Maluma.
Lupa.
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae.
Sierra.
Sierra.
Janelle Monáe.
And Monet.
Yeah, that's my sis right there. Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
J Balvin.
J Balvin.
Naomi Campbell.
Naomi Campbell.
That's your auntie. Yes, Naomi Campbell's your auntie.
Then how can she rap?
No, she's a supermodel. She's one of our queens, our goddesses. Well, let's get back to the list. Okay. Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
Just like Weinstein, Diddy too has a list. From T.D. Jackson to DJ Khaled to Prince Harry, P. Diddy has reportedly gotten the taste of it all. That's right.
I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Albie Shore, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
According to Gene Deal, there is a complete list of Diddy's go-to men that he had over at his mansions for the infamous freak-off sessions. And not just some list. You'll be surprised to know the names on the rapper's other list, apparently known as the hit list.
So first we lined up parallel to the door in which they have to come out, right? You follow me?
Yep.
All right, we lined up parallel to where the doors they have to come out. So if they come out right here, the car's right there. They're right there. So then Big is taking his time because his fibula bones and his thighs are broken or whatever like that. They fractured or whatever. So it's taking him a long time to come out. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again. I said, man, how the f you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? He said, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I gotta put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the f is you doing? And so then Kenny said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Run the next 3 lights, Kenny. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm gonna drive. Fuck. Next thing you know, you hear it say, pow! Pop, 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 pop. Yeah. 5 or 6 cars was like, pop, 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 pop. Right? Fuck. Kenny guns the car going forward. I said, Kenny, what the f is you doing? He said they shooting at Big. He said, we don't know who they shooting at. He then goes up the block, stops, and do this 3-point, something like that, U-turn, comes back, and as we coming back, we see the guy turning the corner from the corner. He was parked on the corner, because there's no way he could have got on the side unless his car was already parked there. You understand what I'm saying?
Take a look.
I walk in the hospital, Puff coming running out the back door, and he grabbed my arms. He grabbed both of my arms, because they was giving the people in the hospital a lot of problems, because now fans and people in there who the entourage like that, I was like, yo, y'all get the f out this hospital right now. Now I'm in my beast mode. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, you know, I hate to be like that because it's hard to come back from that. And that always got me in a lot of trouble. But Puff grabbed me about both of my arms. He said, Gene, we gotta pray, we gotta pray. And I pushed that hands off me and I said, pray for what? That nigga dead.
Of all the names that are prominently displayed on this purported hit list, Notorious Big is the one that most likely stings the most. The Notorious Big wasn't assassinated in a drive-by shooting, according to Gene Deal. Rather, he denied the notion that Biggie was killed in a drive-by and claimed that the car was waiting for the rapper all night. According to Deal, every Biggie movie that you see, they say it's a drive-by. When the witness tells you the car was stood right there at the corner, the car was probably there all night.
When we pulled him out the car, and I know people going, you know, because you know how the internet is. Yo, you didn't have to say that. When he had soiled himself, let me just put that way, and I grabbed him, and you had the stent, I dropped his leg, man. It's like all my strength had left my body. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard somebody say, Gene, what you doing? And I just grabbed him. And we put him up on that damn stretcher. That's a lot of dead weight, bro. I think they got one of those bad boy niggas. They said they was gonna get him. I said, they said they was gonna do what? And then Paul come running down the street. Yo, Gene, we about to go, we got to go. What are you doing down here? So I looked at Quick looked at me. I went away. I went, ran up the street with them, got in the car. Puff got in the car with Big. He was sitting behind Big, right? D-Rock had came back because they all had ran down the block once Big got shot. All that shit said we was behind the truck. He was a lie because you guys come running down the block because D-Rock was like, yo, they shot my man, they got my man. And Puff got him behind Big, and I said to Puff, whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Don't let him go to sleep. Whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. And Kenny jumped in their car because he said he knew where the hospital was at. And now Tone was driving our car. So Puff said, Kenny, you know where the hospital is? He said, yeah, I know where the hospital is. And Big said, he said, yo, Big, I'm gonna get you to the hospital. Big, I'm gonna get you to the hospital. And Big said, just do it before I close the door.
Currently, the ex-bodyguard has let loose in his fiery interview, ranting about the lies he claims are being shown in interviews and documentaries. As if anything, Diddy should be held accountable.
We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'ma do is, y'all want the I'ma put him out the pasture. Catch him if you can. If you the wolf, if you got that wolf in you, catch him if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album? When you know, not his Nimitz, but your Nimitz was just murdered by niggas that you was running with. Why would you do that? Oh, they just wanted to do business. Business my ass, man. No homo. Because you know how some of these niggas be thinking, right? They hear that. Keep it real, man. Why is he out there working on Puff album when you got the Hit Factory? You got Daddy's House. You got the place where Tupac was shot at, Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast?
Meanwhile, according to FBI records, Wallace was driving a Chevrolet Suburban in the passenger seat when a Chevy SS Impala drew up at a red light, and a gunman inside the car started firing. Wallace had just left a party at the Peterson Automotive Museum. Of course, Wallace passed away at a nearby hospital in less than an hour. According to his autopsy, which was made public in 2012, he was shot 4 times. And all in all, rumors have it that Diddy painted the target on Big's back, given Big was soon leaving Bad Boy to start his own label.
Well, I think that nobody wants anybody to get killed, per se. I don't think unless he's an enemy or something like that. But he knew Big was leaving the label. He said that in Hip Hop Revolution. Is it Hip Hop Evolution or Hip Hop Revolution, something like that? He said that this went and got his own deal, his own. Look at the balls he had. He went and got his own record label, his own deal. He didn't even bring this to Bad Boy. The nerve of him. He tried to laugh and play it off, but that's some serious shit. Because all the money you spent to make this thug life, partying bullshit, partying bullshit artists. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of music Big was doing. Hardcore street type of shit. You made him into the salty Big Papa type dude. You understand what I'm saying? You made him into that dude that, the women, no matter how he looked, how big he was, they loved him. All that came from Arista money. All that came from what Arista did. You understand? Under the Bad Boy umbrella. Now he's taking that to a whole nother label, a whole nother company that gave him $60 or $62 million to work with. And he gonna have 5 or 6 artists that he gonna do. So who gonna take that hit? Who gonna take the blame for that? Huh? Big ain't gonna take the blame. Puff gotta take the blame. We spent all this money, but he going making deals elsewhere and not under our umbrella?
Yet, Deal remembers the specifics of the night in March 1997 when Biggie was hit by gunfire and Deal had to rescue him. As the young 25-year-old man passed away in his arms, he related removing the renowned rapper from his Suburban. the former bodyguard fought back tears as he recalled the spring night that the chart-topping artist from Bad Boy Records attended the Soul Train Awards show after the party, and that Puffy could have avoided all this if it wasn't for his rage. Obviously, back then, as a bodyguard, he couldn't do much.
Because the LAPD was saying, if you want to know what happened that night, talk to Gene Deal. And she had told Miss Wallace that a couple of times. So Miss Wallace was calling over to Bad Boy saying, I need to get in touch with Gene Deal, the person who was doing security for Puff. So me and Puff had said a long time ago that if anything ever go down, don't tell nobody my name in the whole 9 yards. But if you're gonna tell the LAPD my name, if you're gonna tell the FBI, you're gonna tell any law enforcement people my name, you understand? You might as well tell Big Mama my name, but he told her he didn't know me. The reason he probably did that was because he knew that I was gonna tell Miss Wallace all what happened. Because he know I exchanged that night. The last time I seen Puff in California before we got in the car and to take him to San Diego is when he grabbed both of my arms. Gene, we gotta pray, we gotta pray. And I pushed that nigga arms off me and I said, yo, pray for what? That nigga dead. So that's the last time I saw him, you know, in California. No, because he was in the car with Paul and them, and they was going to San Diego to fly right out of California that night.
Meanwhile, in other news, and on the other list of P. Diddy, who is also known by many as Honeycombs, several celebrities are involved in the legal proceedings surrounding music producer Rodney Jones' $30 million lawsuit against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, only a few months after the court document containing the notorious pedophile Jeffrey Epstein was made public. See, on February 26th, Jones filed a complaint against Combs, making grave claims about him. These claims included grooming, sexual misbehavior, and even involvement in sex trafficking. Accordingly, the list also includes Prince Harry and Young Miami, two individuals who are typically not associated with the entertainment industry. But that's okay. Given the court record, and the list does identify notable figures in music history, such as Donald Lawrence, the Clark sisters, Cassie Ventura, Moses T.D. Bishop, and T.D. Jakes.
Well, they busy right now, man, and they told me don't let nobody come in the room. He said, yo, I'm going in the room to get my cousin out. And I said, bruh, you ain't going in the room to get your cousin out. They told me nobody could go in the room. So he said, I don't care who you are, what you doing like that. I'm going to get my cousin. He went to go and try to open the room. I grabbed his ass, joked him up, and slammed him on the piano. And the next thing you know, Puff and this artist run out the room naked. And so then I said, I see the artist trying to grab a towel. Puff didn't give a shit. And the artist like, yo, what's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? He like, yo, Gene, that's my cousin. And I was like, yo, my man, he was trying to get in the room and y'all told me don't let nobody else come in, let nobody come in this room. Jesus Christ gonna have to come take the, Puff no, Jesus gonna have to take the air out my body if anybody coming in that room. And Puff just looked at the artist and the artist said, you ain't wanna come up in there? It was a lot of freaky shit going on.
According to reports, the well-known figures in the alleged list were thought to benefit from their association with Combs because of their high profile, contacts, and tags. The list also reveals that Combs' associates were given a golden ring among themselves by the adjoining since a variety of celebrities could attend the freak-off sessions in exchange for being recorded and filmed. That's all for today's video. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon